Okay, so I've been drinking salt water every morning for the past month, and the results are honestly not what I expected. Before you think I've lost my mind, this isn't some random internet challenge. There's actual science behind this trend that's been blowing up on social media. But here's the thing. The research tells a very different story than what most influencers are selling you. What's up, everyone? So you've probably seen those viral TikToks about drinking salt water first thing in the morning, right? Claims about better hydration, improved digestion, glowing skin. But as someone who actually dives into the medical research before trying these trends, I wanted to separate the facts from the hype. And trust me, what I found in the actual studies might surprise you. Let's start with the basics, because this is where things get interesting. According to research referenced by neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman, drinking salt water in the morning can offer several benefits, especially if you consume caffeine or are following an intermittent fasting regimen. But here's what most people don't understand. We're not talking about chugging seawater here. The practice that's actually being studied is called SOLE water. That's SOLE, which is basically a tiny amount of high-quality salt mixed with water. Federal guidelines recommend consuming less than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day, but active, healthy people should be getting over 1,500 milligrams daily. The key word here is balance. Your body is basically a sophisticated electrical system, and electrolytes like sodium are what keep that system running smoothly. Now here's where it gets really interesting from a physiological standpoint. When you wake up, you've essentially been fasting for 8 hours. Your electrolyte levels are naturally lower, and your body is primed for rehydration. Recent research suggests that warm salt water helps kickstart the digestive system by stimulating the production of digestive enzymes in bile, which can improve nutrient absorption and reduce bloating. But here's the part that blew my mind. It's not just about adding salt. It's about creating the optimal environment for cellular hydration. Think of your cells like tiny sponges. Plain water can actually rush past them, but water with the right electrolyte balance gets absorbed more efficiently at the cellular level. During my 30-day experiment, one of the first things I noticed was what happened to my digestion. And the science backs this up in a fascinating way. Your stomach produces hydrochloric acid to digest food, and guess what? One of the key components is chloride, which comes from salt. The research shows that salt water can help cleanse the intestines by flushing out toxins and waste while stimulating digestive enzyme production. It's like giving your digestive system a gentle wake-up call instead of shocking it with coffee on an empty stomach. I actually started noticing less bloating and more regular digestion within the first week. Here's something I wasn't expecting: the sleep connection. A medical study found that a low-sodium diet contributed to disturbed sleep, which suggests that adequate salt intake could improve sleep patterns. During my experiment, I started tracking my sleep quality, and there was actually a noticeable improvement in my deep sleep phases. Now, correlation doesn't equal causation, but the mechanism makes sense. Your nervous system needs proper electrolyte balance to function optimally, and that includes the systems that regulate your sleep-wake cycle. But here's where I need to pump the brakes and give you the full picture. Cleveland Clinic's recent analysis states that while some people claim SOLE water has benefits like better sleep and improved blood pressure, the current science disagrees with many of the more dramatic claims. The truth is, most of the benefits I experienced could be explained by simply being better hydrated overall. When you create a morning routine around mindful hydration, regardless of whether there's salt involved, you're probably going to feel better. And here's the kicker. Medical experts point out that unless you participate in extreme sports or have a metabolic disorder, your body is pretty good at maintaining electrolyte balance naturally through normal appetite and kidney function. This is crucial. We're talking about a pinch of high-quality salt in a large glass of water, not a tablespoon, not multiple glasses, a pinch. Research shows the average adult intake of salt is already around 10 grams per day. With some people consuming up to 24 grams daily, most of us are already getting plenty of sodium from our regular diet. The morning saltwater practice should be adding maybe 200-400 milligrams of sodium max. Compare that to a single slice of bread, which contains about 150 milligrams, or a tablespoon of soy sauce with 900 milligrams. We're talking tiny amounts here. So after 30 days, what actually happened? Here's my honest breakdown. Week 1. I felt more alert in the mornings. But this could have been placebo effect, or just better hydration habits? Week 2 to 3. Definitely noticed more consistent energy levels and better digestion. No more afternoon crashes. Week 4. The benefits plateaued. I wasn't feeling dramatically different, but the morning routine had become a positive anchor for better overall hydration throughout the day. The biggest takeaway, it wasn't magic. It was consistency. Having a mindful morning hydration routine, whether with salt or without, seemed to set a better tone for my entire day's water intake. But let's talk about who should absolutely not try this. If you have high blood pressure, kidney issues, or heart problems, additional sodium is not your friend. The American Heart Association warns about overdoing electrolytes, especially for people with existing cardiovascular conditions, pregnant women, people on certain medications, or anyone with a history of eating disorders. Should consult their doctor before adding any new supplement routine. Yes, even salt water counts as a supplement. And honestly, if you're eating a balanced diet with adequate vegetables, fruits, and whole foods, you're probably getting all the electrolytes you need naturally. Here's my bottom line after diving deep into both the research and personal experience. Morning salt water isn't a miracle cure, but it's not snake oil either. For healthy adults who exercise regularly, drink coffee, or practice intermittent fasting, a small amount of salt in your morning water might help with hydration efficiency. The key word being might. But the real benefit seems to be creating a mindful morning routine that prioritizes hydration, whether that's plain water, lemon water, or soul water. The consistency matters more than the specific ingredients. If you want to try this, here's what I'd recommend. Start with a tiny pinch of high-quality sea salt or Himalayan pink salt in 16-20 ounces of water. Drink it slowly, first thing in the morning, and pay attention to how your body responds. But more importantly, use it as a trigger to drink more water throughout the day. That's probably where the real magic happens. The human body is incredibly adaptable, but it's also pretty good at maintaining balance on its own. Sometimes the best health hacks are just getting back to basics. And staying properly hydrated is about as basic as it gets. What's your morning hydration routine? Have you tried soul water or any other hydration hacks? Drop your experiences in the comments. I read every single one. And if this helped you separate fact from fiction, hit that like button and subscribe for more evidence-based health content that actually digs into the research.